In the lush hills of Ghana, nestled among cocoa farms and vibrant markets, lay the peaceful village of Asuoyeboah. The villagers were known for their warm hospitality and tireless dedication to their trades. Traders from nearby towns flocked to Asuoyeboah to buy and sell goods, drawn by the friendly smiles and fair dealings. Among these newcomers was Afar, a quiet and unassuming woman who arrived one rainy season with little more than a grill and a dream. She set up a small stand selling Chichinga, spicy, grilled meat skewers that wafted an irresistible aroma through the air, pulling in customers like bees to nectar. The people of Asuoyeboah adored Afar and her Chichinga even more. It was tender, flavorful, and oddly addictive, with a secret spice that no one could pinpoint. Afar's Chichinga quickly outshone all competitors. Other vendors, who had sold their grilled meats for years, watched in frustration as customers abandoned them. Her skewers were not only delicious but shockingly cheap, making villagers accuse the old sellers of greed. "How can she sell so low and still smile?" they whispered. Afar never revealed her recipe, claiming it was a family secret passed down from her ancestors. Competitors tried everything, spying, bribery, even tasting her product, but they couldn't replicate the softness or the price. Many gave up the business altogether, leaving Afar as the queen of Chichinga in Asuoyeboah. Her sales soared, and soon people from distant villages like Kumasi and Accra traveled just to taste it. What started as a roadside stand grew into a bustling enterprise. Afar upgraded to a small kiosk, then opened branches at key spots like the market square and the Trotro station. Customers lined up before dawn, shouting orders, extra pepper for me, or save some for my family. The demand became overwhelming, forcing her to break her rule of working alone. She hired 3 young assistants to handle sales, but she insisted on preparing the meat herself, cutting, marinating, and grilling it in the privacy of her home. Her workers found this odd. Why not let them help with the prep to speed things up? They held a meeting one evening, pleading, "Let us buy the meat from the market and prepare it. The business will run smoother, no delays for customers." But Afar smiled gently and refused. "My dears, you don't know the special way I handle it. If you did, the taste wouldn't be the same, and our loyal eaters would flee." One worker, a determined young man named Yo, refused to let it go. He wanted to prove his loyalty and perhaps learn the secret. Early one morning, before the roosters crowed, Yo sneaked to Afar's house, hoping to join her on a market run. To his surprise, the door was ajar, and inside, he heard the rhythmic chop of a knife. Peeking in, he saw Afar already at work on the meat. "What time do you even rise?" he called out, stepping forward with a grin. But her face twisted in fury, a side no one had seen. "Yo, you insolent boy! How dare you enter my home uninvited? You're fired. Never show your face here again." Yo stumbled out, heartbroken and confused. He soon found work at the second-best Chichinga spot, run by Uncle Kwame, who listened to his tale with narrowed eyes. "Something's not right with Afar," Uncle Kwame muttered. "I've suspected it for years." The village paramount chief's annual Yam festival brought joy and crowds to Asuoyeboah. Villagers donned colorful Kent cloth, dancing to high-life music and feasting on free food. Afar was hired to provide Chichinga, and the lines stretched endlessly. Exhausted, she delivered batches of marinated meat to her workers and retreated home for a nap. But chaos erupted when a guest bit into a skewer and pulled out what looked like a human tooth. Whispers turned to shouts, "She sells human flesh. That's why it's so cheap." An angry mob stormed her house, banging on the door. They dragged her to the chief's palace, where the tooth was presented as evidence. Tearfully, Mame Afia protested, "My chief, I love this village like my own family. This must be a trick by jealous rivals." The villagers, swayed by her sobs and aware of the competition's bitterness, apologized and let her go. But Uncle Kwame remained unconvinced, vowing to uncover the truth. A year after the tooth scandal, Mame Afia spotted a handsome young man named Kofi browsing the market. He was tall, charming, and new to the village, a teacher from Accra. It was love at first sight for her. Kofi noticed her staring and laughed. "Are you going to ask for my number, or just keep gazing?" he teased. Blushing, she replied, "Yes, please. And you owe me stories of the city in return." Their romance blossomed quickly. Mame Afia showered Kofi with gifts, money, and attention, transforming his simple life. Villagers gossiped enviously about their public displays of affection. But Kofi grew frustrated that she never invited him home. "My place reeks of old meat from the business," she'd say. "Soon, I'll build us a new house just for us." Kofi pretended to understand, but his love was a facade. He was on a secret mission from Uncle Kwame to expose her. Determined to end the mystery, Kofi stole a key from Mame Afia's bag one evening. He slipped into her house while she walked, hiding in the shadows. Peeking into the kitchen, he watched in horror as she opened a massive fridge, pulling out a human arm and leg. Inside were severed heads and limbs of men, women, and children. Kofi's heart shattered. During his undercover pursuit, he'd genuinely fallen for her kindness. Stifling a sob, he backed away, knocking over a pot. The crash alerted Mame Afia, who rushed over and froze upon seeing him. "Why?" Kofi whispered through tears. She had no words. He fled to Uncle Kwame's house, confessing everything. Uncle Kwame rallied men, storming Mame Afia's home to find the gruesome evidence. At the chief's palace, surrounded by horrified villagers, Mame Afia confessed. She lured homeless wanderers, men, women, and orphans into her home with promises of food and shelter, only to slaughter them for her Chichinga. The village reeled in disgust. They'd consumed human flesh for years, unable to purge the horror. Mame Afia was arrested and sentenced to life in prison. Kofi wept bitterly, his mission successful but his heart broken by unintended love. From that day, Chichinga was bound in Asuoyeboah, a grim reminder to beware the origins of even the most tempting treats. The end.